Hello, people. Another beautiful day or night. Yup. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. What? What's up, gamers? Alright, today is what, the 15th of February? Wow. The month is almost over with. But anyway, look. Apex Legend wants to be like Counter-Strike. Basically, Respawn Entertainment wants Apex Legend to last 2 decades. But then you're saying, okay, what about Titanfall? Only time will tell. But anyway, listen to this. It says here, Respawn wants Apex Legends to last for 2 decades. It says Apex Legends is a free-to-play battle royale game that was released in February 2019, and ever since its release, the game has gained a lot of popularity and received highly positive feedbacks worldwide. Even though the game has been out for almost 4 years, it is still going strong and is anticipated to continue doing so for a while, given how well developers have kept gamers interested. Evans Nikolic, senior designer and director at Respawn Entertainment, recently stated in an interview with IGN that Respawn might eventually be moving on from Apex Legend in the future. He wants the game to last as long as Counter-Strike for 20 years, he stated. Says here, even Nikolic further states that to maintain its popularity like Counter-Strike, Respawn needs to leave Apex Legend in a position where it is self-sufficient and stand on its own. But in order to do all that, you got to come up with new stories and new updates. But anyway, says here, he stated, the system has to be strong and interesting and good for players to play seasons over seasons, even if we're not adding new bespoke content. We don't know if Respawn could pull off something as significant as Counter-Strike. Still, only time will tell if they can, as the developers of Counter-Strike have done such a tremendous job with their game, so much so that recently Counter-Strike Global Offensive, released 11 years ago, broke its current player record on Steam, hitting 1.3 million players. We are excited and looking forward to the future of Apex Legends. This is the limited information we have for now, but we will be looking for more news regarding Apex Legend in the future. It says, what do you think about Apex? What do you think about Apex Legend developer wanting the game to last as long as Counter-Strike? Let us know. Well, in order for Apex Legend to last for 20 years, well, excuse me. I'm gonna go back to DC Universe for a little bit. You know, DC Universe gave everybody the blueprint on how to update their games. Gave them the blueprint, the layout, and how you update your games. You know, season after season, month after month, year after year. So, Apex Respawn Entertainment would have to in order to keep that base intact, they would have to come out with updates like every 3 months or every 4 months, you know, every season, you know, to keep the base intact. They would have to come out with updates, a little update here, a little update here. But when they come out with like an expansion, or you know, it'll have to be like every 3 to 4 months, you know, just to keep the base intact. And that's what they're gonna have to do, and come out with new characters, new levels, new gameplay mechanics, new customizations of and new playabilities. That's what they will have to do. to even maintain to even keep to keep Apex Legend going, just like Counter Strike. Um, consistency is the name. Consistency is the name of the game. So you have to be consistent with a game like Apex Legends. Just like how Activision is with Warzone and Call of Duty. That's how you got to be. You have to be consistent, and you have to keep adding new contents every like 3 to 4 months, to keep the base intact and keep it flowing and keep it moving. And if you do that on a year-to-year basis, then Apex Legends will have longevity. If you don't, then Apex Legend will go down the toilet. So you have to be consistent, and maintain a sense of urgency, when it comes to Apex Legend, and always coming up with new content to keep the fan base intact. Keep the game going and keeping the fan base intact. Of course, some people will stop playing Apex Legend for about a month or two, or even a month, and then they'll get back on it. But while some players do that, it's your job, Respawn Entertainment, to keep updating the game and then keep moving, because that's what they're gonna have to do, in order to keep Apex Legend moving. The same rule could apply to Titanfall. In order to keep the Titanfall base going, they have to be consistent, with a new game, like every year, and keep the ball moving, and they have to be consistent. So that's what they're gonna have to do when it comes to Titanfall or Apex Legends. Look at DC Universe. Look how long it's been out. From the time it came out on the PlayStation 3 and PC, DC Universe is still here. Why? Because those developers they're always consistent, and they're always coming out with new expansions, new updates, and the fans, they love it. So Respawn Entertainment got some games that can help them out. They got some games from other developers that can give them the blueprint to say, okay, if we're gonna keep Apex Legends running, this how we gotta keep this. We gotta follow these developers and what they did. Follow their footsteps. Learn from what they did and then apply to Apex Legends and then keep moving. Other than that, if they don't, the game can flop. So when you open a game like say Apex Legends, Warzone, DC Universe, any multiplayer, any MMOs that you make, you have to be consistent, and you have to bring out your updates and your expansions every 3 to 4 months, maybe like every 3 to 5 months, just to keep the base intact and keep things moving, yeah. And communication is also key. So you have to maintain that line of communication with your users and talk to them about what you're doing. Or better yet, they can look at they can also look at Rare with Sea of Thieves. I think Rare got 20 million. I think what the user base for Sea of Thieves is like 20 million. Sea of Thieves user base is big, so Respawn Entertainment can definitely learn from them. So they got other studios that make games, they can learn from. So and follow their blueprint and footsteps, and Apex Legend will have longevity. So they got help out there. They're not out there alone. If Crystal Dynamics would have just followed what what DC Universe did, and then learn from other studios, they'll be fun. They would have been fine with the Avengers, but hey, what we talking about Titanfall though. But with Titanfall, Respawn, they do got help out there, so they got other gaming studios that are doing pretty well with their type of MMO type of games, you know, and they can learn from them. So they got help, and they have to be consistent with updates. You know, they have to be, and you know, like when the holidays come out or whatever, they have this type of expansion. Like I think on DC Universe they had like a Halloween expansion. I remember on EA's Anthem they had a winter expansion. So they got games out there that can help them on what to do. So they're not alone. So they can learn, man. But long as they stay consistent with what they're doing, and that's going to take some serious dedication, you know. And of course they got their life. The developers that Respawn, they got their lives to live too. So, and things do happen. So yeah, they got their work cut out for them, but they have to be consistent, you know. And don't burn themselves out, you know. That's another thing too. You don't want to burn yourself out, you know. Especially with updates, you have to drop it like every 4 to 5 months. Say around every 4 to 5 months, you know, with updates, and you know they should be fine. But to go 2 decades with Apex Legends, oh yeah, that's gonna take some serious commitment, you know. And you know we do live in this world, you know. So I mean they do live in this world, so things do happen around them. So it's gonna take some serious commitment to pull that off, you know. And like I said, they can learn from Counter-Strike developers. They can learn from DC Universe developers. They can learn from Rare. They can learn from who else can I think of that makes a good that's been in the game this long. They got plenty of studios they can learn from. So they got help. They got assistance. They got some help and assistance out there. So so they should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Or Dark Side. Go. Peace.